Okay, so my topic is IoT vulnerability analysis. So it's done by me. I have published a research paper earlier, so it's from that only. So I have researched. So yeah. So let's go with the problem statement. Today, most of the IoT devices does not support any defense mechanisms against security attacks. Like it's just a device to connect like Bluetooth and all, but it doesn't have any mechanism of security against any networks. So there are constant increase in security issues over IoT network. The open architecture makes the IoT network more vulnerable, and this paper helps to identify the threats and provide solution to construct a safer IoT network. So this will be the architecture. So similar to TCP/IP, there are some similar layers: perception layer, application layer, and network layer. So we'll see the threat vectors. So in these respective domains, there are threat vectors such as communication attacks, physical attacks, and application software attacks. So let's go with attack vectors. The first one is communication attacks. So these attacks are done over the network where the particular IoT device is working. This attack involves numerous attacks which can be seen as below. So first one is DOS and DDoS. Everyone must be familiar. This attack where attacker floods the network server with traffic until the target cannot access the system. So for some solutions to against this DOS and DDoS attacks are block the origin IP address, further escalating to the ISP level. And several tools exist such as detect flood attacks and further prevent them. DDoS attacks, ingress and egress filtering, Martian address filtering, honeypots, and load balancing. Next is SQL injection. That is also type of communication attack. So it's a penetration testing. So we just saw now. So there are some solutions. So we can use Waves, a tool to test websites for SQL injections safely, used to identify SQL vulnerabilities. Candid, used to modify web applications which make use of program transformation in Java. So it is Java-based application. And let's go with second type of threat vector, which is physical attacks. So most of the IT devices communicate directly with the environment, like sensors we have in Apple watches or normal watches. So sensors which are physical, so there are some vulnerabilities in that too. So the first step is object replication attacks. This attacker add a malicious physical object to the network which would redirect the flow of data to the desired network. So some solutions against that is split manufacturing. It is used to hide the design intent to enhance security of integrated chip. So an attacker could not add or change any hardware system of these IoT devices. Second is hardware security model HSM, used to increase the authenticity by providing each device with some electronic identity. So like we have in mobiles IMEI number. Similarly with IoT devices we have uh, electronic identity number. So the next is trusted platform module TPM, a microprocessor embedded with advanced cryptographic functionalities. Yeah, so next type of attack will be social engineering. This attack involves physically modifying the users of IoT system in order to extract sensitive data. And so some solutions against that is artificial intelligence. Using artificial intelligence to detect social engineering can be very helpful for a network or IoT device. Honeypots, it is a system to trap attackers and analyze their working behavior. Honeybot is type of automated honeypot which can directly automatically detect this type of attacks. So next is side channel attack. Just to protect the data of IoT devices, they are integrated with some security mechanisms such as encryption to protect sensitive data. Some examples are power and time analysis attack. So solution against that is randomizing the intermediate data, a simplest approach to render the hypothetical leakage value collections. Third type of attack vector is application of software attacks. So these are based on software-based attacks that are most powerful vectors and most efficient ones. So first one is brute force attack. Everyone must be known with this attack forces a list of passwords to the web page or the login page. This attack involves guessing passwords. Solution against that is SSH port forwarding. This functionality forwards ports between client and server through an encrypted connection. IP tables, it filters our packet and headers fields such as IP, TCP, and UDP and ICMP depending upon the packets. Number of different actions would be taken on it. So next is cross-site scripting. This is also a web-based attack. Type of code injection, analog to SQL injection. Cross-site scripting makes use of malicious scripts to execute into a web interface of the victim, which is originated from attacker and sent back to the web application. So some solutions against that is enhanced XSS guard algorithm. EXSS guard scans the web page source with provided whitelisted and blacklisted scripts. So currently I'm working on that, some scripts in Python language. And pattern filtering. This approach uses technique by filtering out insecure keywords, character or encaping and some common words in XSS payload. Depending on previous history or the found out vulnerabilities, these words are added into the list and such the dataset is increased. And last one is concolic testing, used to detect any XSS vulnerability. This technique is followed by selective instrumentation for runtime XSS detection. Yeah, so that's it with my presentation. Thank you.